Hello there, I'm Big Alias, and in case you can't tell, I have a perfectly timed cough. I have a cold, I feel terrible, I'm run down, and I've probably been exploring this cold-ass map far too much. So if you don't want to listen to my horrible coldy voice, then I totally understand, because I sound awful at the moment. But I really wanted to get my thoughts on this game out. I wanted to make a video where I can talk about this game, because I'm a Battlefield fan. I have been since Bad Company 2. I've been hugely into the Battlefield franchise, and I wanted to give my thoughts on this game. I wanted it to be good, and firstly, I will say that in my previous video, I was absolutely right. I'll be honest with you, and many people would disagree. Many people are going to disagree with what I'm saying because it doesn't fit their quote-unquote agenda. But after playing this game for about 4 or 5 hours, I actually forgot that there were even women in this game, which kind of isn't that great. If you're going to put a feature in, then make it a little more noticeable. But there's no customization of soldiers, as I can see so far. And you just don't notice it. You can't tell. It's really, honestly, not an issue. So for all of the people who cancelled their pre-order or whatever because there are women in this game, okay, well, clearly it makes no difference in the game, but okay, that's cool, man. I also want to say that Upload Studio is playing up in case you see some issues within the video. Upload Studio is god-awful, but I want to talk about this game now. Let's talk about the game. So as I said, I wanted it to be good. I got the beta through EA Access, and I just, man, I don't know. I played Rotterdam, and I didn't have a good time. I didn't enjoy it, and man, it really sucks to be saying this. It really sucks to be saying this. I wasn't a huge Battlefield 1 fan. I was when it came out, but over time, I just, it just fell off me. I found it boring. I thought that I spent too much time meandering, looking for things to happen. And I kind of feel the same way with this. Now, the map that I'm playing on right now, the snow map, is immeasurably better, and it reminds me a little of a Bad Company 2 map. But basically, this game is divided between two maps, and I've never seen a game like this before. I've never seen a divide like this before. But this game essentially, I'm sorry for the sniffing, man. This game essentially is divided between the snow map or maps and Rotterdam. And Rotterdam and these snow maps, they're just completely different experiences. They are completely different Battlefield experiences. The Rotterdam map is fucking atrocious. It is terrible. I don't know whether it's the visuals or whether it's the structure of the map or whatever it is. I really don't like the Rotterdam map. It feels as though everywhere I go, I'm looking for something to happen, and then when I find something that's happening, someone's hiding, on a rooftop or in a window or under the water or something like that. It just I don't know. There's something about that map that I really despise. This map is better. This map is a lot better, but it still has the fundamental issues that I have with Battlefield 5 in it. And it's such a shame to be saying this as someone. I really wanted Battlefield 5 to be good and to prove to people that the game is great and it should be about the gameplay. But the big issue I have with this game, the main issue I have with this game, is that I'm a big man. I go way too deep into animations in video games and just general sort of fundamentals of video games. I can do a video, excuse me, where I talk for 10 minutes about how the sprint animation in Modern Warfare 3 ruined Modern Warfare 3 for me, because it looked like churning butter, and all of the reload animations and stuff like that just killed the game for me. I hated it. And I've got to say, I really, really dislike a lot of the visual and sort of the animations in this game. I really, really don't like the way that you hold your gun. I don't like the way that it just feels so swimmy, so floaty, like so you almost get seasick running, and I feel the thing that I would equate this to is it feels like GTA 4 for me, where everybody's talking about how great GTA 4 is and how it's an amazing game. I can see the quality and the polish and everything like that, but personally, when I walk down the street, Nico's head just swayed too much and the camera just moved too much, and I couldn't enjoy it because I didn't feel as though the gameplay was tight, was tough, was really intuitive. I felt as though the gameplay and the running and the walking and everything like that was just far too floaty and swimmy, and I feel as though that they went too far into trying to craft these realistic animations, but in actuality that's not really what we want. And I feel the same way with Battlefield 5. I feel as though when I'm sprinting with my gun, it's just floating around all over the place. And I know they have this new crouch sprint system, which is great. I like the idea of being able to crouch sprint. But now whenever you crouch, you hold your gun kind of to the side and it just sort of floats around. And I really don't like that. The animations in this game, stuff like what you just saw when I jumped out of the vehicle and you saw the whole animation. That comes straight out of Battlefield 1. That's great. But there's just... I really don't like the animations in this game, and I love to... Bad Company 2 is one of my favourite games ever made, and I love to comment on a Jack Frank's video talking about how Bad Company 2 was so great because it was simplistic, the gameplay was simplistic, and somebody used a word in response to that really resonated with me. They said it was bloatware. Everything after Bad Company 2 is bloatware, but that's Battlefield 3, 4, and 1. And I can't help but agree with that. I mean, I don't really have a full grasp of the word, but I'm assuming it means just unnecessarily tacking things on, and that's exactly how I feel about Battlefield 5. I feel as though everything that came after Bad Company 2 was just adding things and adding things and adding things on top, and it just made the experience clunky, just inaccessible, just so... I don't know, slow and, as I said, clunky, just really clunky. Like this system here, actually I want to talk further about this. Last night I unlocked a red dot sight for my gun, but in order to equip it I had to go to the menu and claim the reward. I then couldn't equip that from the main menu. I had to go back in game to equip the red dot sight. Now I don't want to live in a world where Battlefield games are like that. I'm a medic, which means I get shitty guns, just like Battlefield 1, so thanks very much for that. Again, DICE. Just give medics decent guns, man. I'm a medic, and right now I have the ability to self-heal if I hold up, but I can't throw med boxes down for people for whatever reason, and I don't have a defib because they don't use defibs anymore. But, things that... It's just little things that they just keep piling onto it, even like adding prone after Bad Company 2, it just made everything feel just like too much, and it slowed everything down to the point where even the menus feel slow, and going from game to game just feels slow and buggy, and everything I do just feels, I don't know, and I felt this way since Battlefield 3 really, but Battlefield 3 was nowhere near as bad. Things I like about this game: I like the fact that you have to pick up ammo now and there's an animation for that. I think that's great, and I like the way that you do reviving now, but I wish you didn't have that bullshit lying on the ground after you die bollocks. I wish that was something you could switch on or off, because I get it, it's cool to be able to revive everybody, but I don't want to go through that every time I die. It makes the game something that a game should never be, which is annoying. It's annoying. I hate dying, not because of any reason, but because you added this annoying thing where I have to wait for that and then wait for respawn. Give me an option to kill myself immediately or stay alive. That'll be a lot better. But yeah, generally, I mean, playing this game... It's given me a revelation, I think on this map, in general, I think the two maps are completely different. Rotterdam sucks, this map's okay, but I still don't think that this map is as good as things from the past, Call of Duty. I mean, think about Caspian Border, Operation Metro, stuff like that, Arica Harbour. But this game has given me a real revelation. I was playing it yesterday, and I thought to myself, like, man... I'm feeling the same thing that I felt from Battlefield 1. I'm feeling this kind of boredom, this kind of meandering along looking for stuff to happen. And I thought, why did I buy Battlefield 1? In fact, why do I buy Battlefield every time it comes out? And I realised I'm only buying these games because I want to emulate that experience that I got from Bad Company 2. And I'm beginning to think that that's never going to happen, and that I shouldn't be thinking that way, because I had only realised this the other day, that I'm just chasing Bad Company 2. I'm chasing that experience I had from Bad Company 2 because it was so incredible. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think this franchise could come back to such glory.